Hey, what's up everybody? Hammerheart Metal Reviews here once again, doing another discography countdown on one of my favorite bands. Today we are going to be talking about the black metal legends from Norway, Satyricon. What can you say about Satyricon? One of the first on the scene during the second wave of black metal in Norway in the early 90s. Basically just two dudes for the majority of their career, Satyr on guitar and vocals, and Frost on drums. Frost, of course, one of the most prolific and best black metal drummers out there. Satyr's vocals are easily recognizable, so just amazing in the black metal genre. They have also had a few different members here and there throughout their career, but for the most part it's just been a two-piece, maybe with touring musicians and guest sessions and stuff like that. Their career is definitely a bit varied. They started out very strong, in my opinion, some definite early black metal classics. Then they kind of took a turn and did some more like black and roll type stuff, some more experimentation. So we'll see what I think about all their albums. They do have 9 studio albums. I'm just going to run through them from my least favorite down to my favorite. So let's get right into this. Coming in 9th place in last is the album Volcano from 2002. This one I don't really care for too much. At this point in their career, they were kind of moving up towards almost like full black and roll, which I'm fine with. I do like some songs in that genre, but I found this album very repetitive and somewhat boring compared to a lot of their other works. Even some of their other black and roll stuff I actually can appreciate and enjoy, but this album I just really don't enjoy very much. I guess the best songs are like Fuel for Hatred, they have a video for, and Possessed is decent, but all in all, this one easily is my least favorite Satyricon album. Up next at number 8 from 2008 is The Age of Nero. This is another one that's kind of just in the black and roll phase of their career. I found this one a little boring and repetitive as well, but it is a little more interesting than Volcano. The drumming on here is absolutely great, as usual. I mean, on all their releases, Frost's drumming is absolutely amazing, but he does a lot of cool little fills on this album, and even just the double kicks that he does, even if it's a slower guitar riff, he still finds some ways to throw in the odd blast beat, and just all in all, an absolutely phenomenal drum performance. But I can't rank this one higher than 8th. It's not an album I go back to a whole bunch. Best songs on here, Die By My Hand, Den Siste. Like, all in all, it's okay, but yeah, not a great album, all in all, I guess. Moving right along to number 7 from 2006, the album right before this, Now Diabolical. This one, very similar to The Age of Nero. This one was first, so I guess The Age of Nero is more similar to Now Diabolical. This was kind of the album where they started going full out black and roll. This is a very basic album, but it is somewhat enjoyable. The songs are catchy. It maybe drags on a little bit too long. There's a lot of like slower parts in some of these songs. But all in all, it is an okay album. I do rank it a little higher than The Age of Nero, just based on my enjoyability with the album. Best songs, The Rite of Our Cross, To the Mountains is pretty good. Delirium has a nice like trippy part in there. Overall, this is an okay album, but I can't say it's any better than okay. It's not an album I would go back to a ton. Moving it right along to number 6 from 2013, their self-titled album Satyricon. This one is definitely a lot more varied than the 3 albums that I just talked about. This still has a lot of black and roll feels to it, but it is, yeah, a lot of melding of different styles. It's a lot more interesting and engaging. Like, it's a very good like slice of modern black metal. They blend the black and roll in with some faster stuff, and it's just, yeah, I like the variation. If you're gonna slow down the tempos and stuff, at least have some variation. Don't have every song sounding basically identical, like Now Diabolical and The Age of Nero kind of get into a very repetitive stage. But this album is a lot more varied, and I actually enjoy this one quite a bit. Like, from here on out, I have this one ranked 6th. From 6 down to 1, I actually enjoy these albums quite a bit. This one's just at 6 because I like the top 5 better. But my favorite songs on here, Trogog Craft, Walker Upon the Wind, Ageless Northern Spirit. All in all, pretty decent album. Like, this is getting to like 7 out of 10 territory now. And now let's get into the top 5. These ones I all really enjoy. Coming up at number 5 from 1999 is Rebel Extravaganza. This was their 4th album. They were still very much in a black metal mode, but they were getting a little more experimental. There might have been some hints of black and roll, like what was gonna be coming in the future, but there's still a ton of blast beats on here. There's still like a lot of really great moments. Like maybe there's a few inconsistencies in this album, but all in all, this is a very enjoyable album. There's some really great long songs on here. Tied in Bronze Chains is great. Supersonic Journey, The Scorn Torrent. All in all, very enjoyable album. This one's more like 7.5 out of 10. Very good. It doesn't quite match their earlier works, but this is an enjoyable album nonetheless. Up next at number 4, I actually have their most recent album from 2017, Deep Calleth Upon Deep. This one kind of snuck up on me. I had been a little bit down on Satyricon. I did like their self-titled from 2013, but I hadn't like been super pumped with their last 3 or 4 albums before this one. But then this one came out and I found myself just hooked. Like the songwriting on here is a step above the other kind of black and roll or more modern albums. This has a lot of variation in it as well. The songs are really catchy and they just stick in your head, really get stuck in your ear. It kind of continues in the same trend as the Satyricon album, but this one I just really enjoy a lot more. Favorite songs on here, Midnight Serpent, To Your Brethren in the Dark is great. The title track, Deep Calleth Upon Deep, Black Wings and Withering Gloom. Just all in all, a truly enjoyable modern Satyricon album. Probably give this one even closer to like an 8 out of 10. And yeah, that's why it's coming in at number 4. And now I just got the top 3. These are their first 3 albums. All black metal classics in my opinion. This is where the list got really tough because all of these are absolutely killer. I love all 3 of these albums, but let's see where I ranked them. Coming in at number 3, I've got the debut from 1993, Dark Medieval Times. This has just, these albums and this one in particular just have really great like folky atmospheres. It's like a really great use of the keyboards and folk elements to just really bring you to like medieval times, and like you just feel like you're in the forest and it's cold. You feel the Norwegian cold in these songs. The vocals are so harsh and just great. There's riffs on here absolutely amazing. Frost's drumming absolutely nuts. Like this is just an absolute classic for black metal. Favorite songs on here, Walk the Path of Sorrow. The title track, Dark Medieval Times, is amazing. Like this is easily a 9 out of 10, if not more. That's why it's coming at number 3. Up next at number 2 from 1996. I've got the poster of it up there, Nemesis Divina. Probably considered by many to be their masterpiece. I do have one album higher than this, but this is a masterpiece. I absolutely love this album. This does have a little bit better production than their first 2 albums. Absolutely epic songs, some long ones. They actually got Nocturno Culto from Dark Throne playing guitar on this album as well to help out. They have a really great fucking video for Mother North. Absolutely amazing classic black metal song. This album is just super catchy. The riffs are amazing. Frost's drumming is off the charts. My favorite song on this album is not Mother North. It's actually Immortality Passion. There is an absolutely crazy drum part in this song, and then the riff speeds up. It's just fucking nuts. If you know the song, you probably know which part I'm talking about. The opening track, The Conquering, Dawn of a New Age, absolutely amazing. Just all in all, front to back, thoroughly enjoyable black metal classic. Needs to be in your collection if you like black metal. But that just leaves one, maybe underrated by some, but to me, my favorite Satyricon album is their second album from 1994, The Shadow Throne. Absolutely amazing. Kind of similar to the debut where it brings in a lot of like the folky atmospheres and folky elements. It's even got like some Viking chants at some parts. I just find the songwriting on here a little bit better than on the debut. Songs are a little bit catchier, like with the riffs, and they kind of have some choruses that you can kind of sing along even if they're not in English. So, a lot of the songs are in English though also. Favorite ones on here, In the Mist by the Hills, Viking Land, Woods to Eternity, Dominions of Satyricon. Just like front to back, absolutely amazing black metal album. This is a fucking classic and I love it to bits, and it's my favorite Satyricon album. Anyways, let me know down below what your favorite Satyricon albums are. What'd you think of my list? Give me a like, give me a subscribe. Until next time, Hammer Heart Metal Reviews out.